Hey, how's it going, everyone on YouTube? I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I wanted to talk about something a little more personal to me, and that's how deleting Netflix from my phone has had a big positive impact on my life. And I also want to talk about why I felt like I had to do it. So this really, as of about a month ago, or up until about a month ago, I really feel like I was heavily addicted to watching Netflix on my phone, not just Netflix, but Amazon Prime and things like that. And I know like Netflix is an American pastime at this point, just, binge watching our favorite TV shows. And there's definitely a lot of great stuff on there that I've really enjoyed. And when I first started doing it, I would use it as a way to unwind at the end of the day, a couple of days a week. But more and more, what I found was that I was spending more time doing that than I wanted to. I was spending more time watching Netflix than I wanted to. And it's one thing to sit on the couch and watch Netflix at the end of the day, but it's another to always have it on my phone and be able to watch it whenever I want. So anytime I felt at all bored, I would pull out my phone and watch a couple of episodes of something. And then it felt like it was getting even worse, where I would say I'm going to sleep and I would go to bed and kind of sneak off there to watch a movie or a TV show on my phone in bed, stay up much later than I wanted to, and then have not a great start to the next day. And I really found it to be a problem when I was on vacation. And instead of enjoying my time on vacation, I was in my hotel room on my phone watching Netflix. And I was like, what am I doing? I knew that this was a problem, even though I wasn't really admitting it to myself. But when that happened on vacation, that's when I said I need to physically stop myself. I can't just tell myself that I'm going to stop, because I wasn't. So that's when I went on my phone and just deleted it entirely. And I'm so glad that I did, because this for me isn't about productivity. It's not about getting more done, although that's been an incidental benefit. I'm more focused now without having that distraction so readily available, and I've been able to get more done as a result. But more important than that, and the reason I did this is because now I can spend more time doing what it is that I really love to do. And it's not watching Netflix, it's spending time with my family, going for long walks with my dog around the neighborhood. I love doing that. I've been doing that a lot more recently. Reading books that really light me up and inspire me. I've been able to read 3 books in the past 3 weeks and another book on tape. Instead of watching Netflix, that's what I've been doing. So I've had these huge benefits as a result. Just feel more connected and happier as a result. Yes, I still have Netflix on my computer. Yes, it's still on my TV. But one of the other benefits is I just moved, and when you move, you have the chance to start brand new habits. Every time you move, that happens. So for me, this new habit in my new home is watching less TV in general. But just in general, again, not having that Netflix readily accessible on my phone has been a huge benefit. Now, I want to bring this up to the next level for me, because I still find myself addicted to other apps on my phone, like Instagram, for instance, just mindlessly scrolling in there. So I want to go on a little bit of a digital detox, and I've been experimenting with this and not having good luck with it, because it is highly addicting and it is right there. And I don't feel like I want to delete Instagram entirely from my phone, because it's a great way that I connect with a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys have been adding me on Instagram, which if you want to do, my handle is Paul J. Lipsky. Just look me up. That's a great way for me to talk one-on-one with you guys. So I don't want to delete Instagram entirely. So I've been looking at some other ways to kind of do a digital detox. So I wanted to share with you the tools I've been using and the techniques and what has and has not been working. So this is my phone right here. So the great thing is I use all Apple products. I have an iPhone, and iPhone has Screentime built in. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's an app. I guess it's an app, or it's built into iPhone, and it tells you how much time you've spent on your phone for any given time period. So it says today I've spent 2.5 hours on my phone. It's currently 1:30 p.m. I'll tell you what that pop-up that just came up, I'll tell you what that is in a minute. But this is 2.5 hours, it says. In the last 7 days, I've spent an average of 3 hours and 40 minutes per day on my phone. So it gives you those reports, which are really helpful. It also will tell you which apps are your most used. So here today, it says I spent most of my time on Google Chrome, 11 minutes in the App Store, 10 minutes using my app that I use to track my workouts at the gym, and there's a few other ones as well. If we do the 7-day, you can see what my most popular apps are, which are by far YouTube and Instagram. Now, what I don't like about this, well, let me get to that in a second. The other thing you can do is you can limit your time on certain apps. So if I come in where it says app limits, which is right there in the middle, let me just enter the password. Okay. And how do I fix that? So, oh well, you don't have to see my face. So this is where you can add a limit, but they group it per different category. So I can only limit by social networking, for instance, or by games. You can't do it one by one. Or at least I'll say it's not obvious to do it that way. But there actually is a way to do it. For those of you who are wondering, you can just come back to your report by clicking, I'm going to click where it says Paul's iPhone at the top. That will give me my report. And I see, oh man, I'm spending a lot of time on YouTube. So I can click where it says YouTube. And then down at the bottom, I can click add limit and add a limit just for that app. Now, there's things I like about this and things I don't like about this. So one of the things I don't like about it, Screentime, is that it includes in the time per day, so in the 3 hours and 40 minutes per day, the amount of time I spend on Google Maps. And that doesn't seem fair to me because I'm in a new neighborhood. I don't know my way around. So anytime I go driving somewhere, I use Google Maps, and it's open for maybe 40 minutes at a time, several days a week. So that adds up, and it doesn't really count, I don't think. So that's kind of frustrating. The other thing that I don't like about it is that it's even though you can limit your screen time, it's very easy to get around it. So right now, I just turned on a limit for Instagram, for instance. So if we come over to Instagram, oh no, that one come over to YouTube. Let's do YouTube as the example. You see it's grayed out there. So it won't let me open it, but if I open it, you can. You could just click ignore limit, either for 15 minutes or for the whole day. So yes, it's a useful reminder, but it's very easy to get in the habit of just going like this, right? I mean, I've already built that habit in. So it's not the best in that regard. But it is useful for getting the reports, and it's easy because it's already built in to the system. Now, another alternative I looked at is called Space, and you'll see it right here. That's it. It's very similar to Screentime, but it has some benefits to it, which is that it will again tell you how much time you spend per day. You can limit it so you only spend, you can say, I only want to spend an hour and a half a day on my phone. And if you exceed that, then what it does is it will actually dim your entire screen for you. So you can set goals like, I only want to be on my phone for an hour and a half today, and I only want to unlock my phone 30 times today. And you do any more than that, your screen gets dimmed. I just kind of found that to be annoying because I have to use my phone for work. I have to use my phone to call people or text people, and it doesn't really count towards like my screen time. And if my phone is dimmed, I can't even do those basic things either. So that's kind of frustrating. And what was the other thing that I liked about this one? That it gave you the unlocks. Yeah, so you also can't do it per app like you can with Screentime. So there are some benefits to this, like the other benefit. Oh, this was the other benefit, which is that, where is it? Yeah, somewhere in here, I forget where it is. You can set it up so that navigation doesn't count towards screen time. So using Google Maps would not count as screen time, and you can always pause it as well. Like let's say I needed to use my phone for work purposes, I would pause it so it wouldn't count towards my screen time. So that's a little bit better. I still don't think it's the best alternative either. I think between the two of them, they both have benefits that the other one doesn't, but because Screentime is built in, that's the one I'm going to be using. But even with both of these, I've tried both of these and neither of them are working for me. I just find myself at the end of the day going on Instagram and just scrolling, ignoring all the limits. and I just don't find that it's working for me. So I downloaded this new one called Kids Lock. Now this is actually a parental control device, which is pretty funny. So this is specifically for parents to put on their kids' phones so that their kids can't access certain apps. But I'm using it to control my own usage. So what I did was I basically set it up so that I have a schedule. Well, I'm going to be setting this up with a schedule. It should be on already. So that at a certain time every day, so at about 6 o'clock every day, it gets activated. I can still use my phone, but certain apps I won't be able to use. And I can come in here and choose which apps those are. So I can lock out Instagram, I can lock out YouTube, I can lock out Amazon, eBay, all the ones that I would use as a distraction, I can lock out. Then it would just, at that time, it will activate, and I won't be able to access those. You can always also come in and change it manually. So I just changed it to child mode, which means that all those same apps will be locked out until I change it back to parent mode. Now, the drawback of this is because I set it up, I know the password, I can come in, enter the password, and change it from child over to parent, or to turn off the schedule or anything like that. So there is a way around this, unfortunately, but it's a little bit harder to do than it is with the other apps. And by the way, once that limit is reached, or rather once I'm locked out of an app, I can still open the app. Like Instagram, I can still open it, but I won't be able to load anything. So if I click on Instagram, it opens, but nothing will load. That's kind of the alternative. That's the way it works there. So you see, you have to enter in the password. So it is a little bit harder to do, but it does work. So I'm going to try this. I think this will be enough to kind of deter me from using it at night. But if it doesn't work, I have a third solution, which is another app, which I actually install the kids version on my phone, and I'll install the adult version, the parent version, on another device like my iPad. And then what will happen is I can control the phone from the iPad, and I'll hide the iPad somewhere. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Now, I also wanted to show you guys some things you can use for your computer if you're struggling with going on websites, browsing the internet, and you want a way to limit that usage. So this will be this is the app I was just using. You can control it from your computer as well. So the first app I want to tell you, or first program I want to tell you about, is called Mindful Browsing. This is a Chrome extension. It's completely free. So if you add that to your computer, your Chrome, what you can do is it will lock certain websites, or blacklist certain websites like Twitter or Facebook. You can add whatever else you want. So now, if I try to go to Facebook, it will let me, but what it does is it gives me this message right here. I'm not sure why it's not working all of a sudden. I probably have to refresh. Oh, you know what? There's nothing on here. Let's do it again. Facebook.com. Okay, and now I will reload this page. I don't know why it's not working. I probably have to reload the, but let me show you on one that I've actually set it up with. So on this browser, I've had it set up for a while. So I just went to Facebook, and once it loads, it gives me this message that says, do you really want to spend time on Facebook now? And I can say, yes, give me another 10 minutes to spend on here. So it doesn't block me. If I click yes, I can still go on Facebook, but at least it gives me like a reminder that, hey, I'm about to go on a website that's, kind of a time suck. So that's very helpful. Or you can go more robust and use a program like Focus. And this is actually downloads to your computer. And what you do is I have it installed right here, and you set up your preferences, and you can add all the websites you want to block here, set a schedule for when you want to block those. Or if you don't want to use the schedule function, all you have to do is click here and click on Focus, and that will start to block all the websites on that list. And you can actually set it up so once it starts blocking those websites for whatever time period, you can set it up so that you can't get in and unlock it and turn off those blocks. I tried this. I didn't feel like I needed it for my computer. I tend to be focused when I'm on the computer. For me, the issue is really my phone. So that's where I need to really focus when it comes to my digital detox. So this is something I want to share with you guys for more of accountability than anything else, because I want to spend less time on my phone, more time engaged with the world, doing things I love, like being outside and spending time with the people I care about more than anything else. So this is my accountability. I'm putting it out there for you guys to kind of hold me accountable. But if you guys have any tips, different ways you can do digital detoxes, any apps that you've tried as well, I would love to hear about them in the comment section or in the live chat right now. Somebody asked the name of the app. The apps I showed you on my phone, I'll have links to all of these down below after the live stream is over. But those apps, again, are Space is called one of them. Search for that in the App Store, and Kids Lock, KIDS LOX is the other one. And then I used Screentime, which is built into the iPhone. Yes, Rich has the best. Just throw your phone in the ocean. Done. Yeah, I've seen like people, you can buy these lock boxes for your phone as well. That might work as well. And no better time of use than to invest in yourself. Completely agree. All right, guys, so thanks so much for watching, and leave a comment with any suggestions. I would appreciate it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.